We do have Bob on the line. Hey there, Bob. What is your question tonight?
Hey,
Bob.
how you doing, Andrea?
Hey, doing well.
Hey, Bill, how you doing? I hope you're having a good time up in Colorado.
I am.
Hey, Bill, I got 2 quick questions for you tonight. Number one,
Okay.
when the school system opens back up, is there a lot of, if there's a lot of kids, small children to teenagers, they become ill and sick and they incur a $200,000 hospital bill, or they, Lord help them, if they die, is there any grounds for their families and their loved ones to recoup any damages because they went back to school in a brick and mortar environment? And number 2, my mom was moved out of ICU to a rehab facility, which is within a Baptist hospital, and they didn't tell me this. They didn't tell me that when she would get there that no one was ever allowed to visit her. And they said that it had to do with orders from the State Department of Health.
Right.
Do I have any recourse to visiting my mom and making sure she's physically okay, even though I talked to her on the phone? Is there any grounds or rights that I have there? And I'll just listen to your answer on both questions.
Well, Bob, thank you very much. I mean, those are really, really, really good questions, very pertinent in this time, especially this day and age. Let me ask or answer the second question first, as far as your mom is concerned. And I hate to say this, but at least in my experience and what I've been reading and trying to stay up on this as much as I can, I don't see any recourse. If they do not, if the facility will not allow you to come in for health reasons, I don't see anything that you're going to be able to do to go against that or to rectify the situation. Does it make it right? Again, they have reasons for doing this, and it's heartbreaking. I mean, I've had personal experience with some individuals who have heard their loved ones take their last breath on the phone, and they couldn't be there, and because they were not allowed. And I've got family members that have had to go in to have some serious different procedures, and we were not allowed to go in there, and I understand that, but it's still heartbreaking. So as far as if they're especially if there's a law or state mandate that says you can't go in there, then I don't see any way around that. As far as your first question with the kids, and if a child does get ill, and you mentioned if they rack up $200,000 in medical bills, which could happen, and we're going to see kids die. We're going to see kids sick. We're going to see kids transmit the disease to their parents or their grandparents, and that's going to happen. And again, a lot of people say, oh, it's a necessary evil for us to do. Now, it kind of goes back to what you and or what Andrea and I were talking about earlier. Whether it's a public school, private school, is there a contract, things of that nature. But unfortunately, we're going to see more and more of this. And there's no political commentary going on here. I'm not saying the schools should be open or not be open. I'm just saying that, when you get a bunch of kids, especially, teenagers, and social distancing, good luck with that. It's difficult, for kids to obey those types of rules and keep everybody apart. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully this thing will go away sooner than later. But we are going to see a lot of situations pop up because of this.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, the death rate for young people is extremely low. It has been across the nation and here in Alabama.
Well,
and it's tough to get the kids to wear the mask. My five-year-old was wearing a mask the other day and then playing with it, pulling it up over her eyes and not wearing it over her mouth. So, good luck with keeping them on point with that this school year.
But and you mentioned that death rate's low with kids, but yes, but can they transmit it to mom and dad and grandma and grandpa? And we've already seen some school systems here in Mobile, where there's been positive tests, and the kids are probably going to be fine. But even if it's a very, very, very low percentage, as the CDC has said, there's still going to be, unfortunately, there's going to be deaths with school-age kids. And, but, again, that's just, is it worth the risk? I don't know, but we'll see what happens.